This is a very good example of what happens to the buildings when the permafrost is slowly thawing down beneath them and they start to sink. These two are leaning against each other and slowly disappearing down into the ground. And even though that does look like it's a bit of an abandoned building, which of course it is, but this is owned by Parks Canada, and they actually maintain this to give people an example of what a lot of the buildings, there's one beside it, look like when they kind of took over the restoration and the historical, turning it into a National Historic Site back in the 70s and 80s, in the work that they've done. And to solve that problem, I mentioned putting the buildings up on those blocks and pads. Could you imagine, some of these buildings are pretty large. If you see that El Dorado Hotel, you can imagine the weight of a building like that. And all the buildings that were not set up that way have been raised and all those pads placed underneath them and then set back down on to keep them from sinking. And they're, like I say, they're constantly monitoring that and shimming it up so they stay level and stay in place. Quite a challenge.